Welcome back on Dynamod. Today I want to propose you a video about the issue 75 of Warhammer Conquest, that is Warhammer 40k, released a combination of Games Workshop and Hachette. About this particular one, remember that this it's a part of 4 numbers: 75, 76, 77 and 78. The 78 you can simply skip because it's simply the base. What are the main important ones? It's the 75, 76 and 77. The 77 I talked yet about because it has been delivered quite a lot of time before, and it's about the weapons, because you can call them. And the main part, it's about 75 and 76 because they are the base, totally the base of the model, so the model itself. And so now we go to see a bit better about this part, that it's the, you can see, top part, the external part of the model. So now we can go to see a bit better about this and think about it's worth or not, and I can anticipate you, if you are able to find all the parts, it's worth. So we can begin. And as you can see, this part, it's all about the upper part and the parts about levitating. So I think that it's an essential part, because about this you can have the upper and the back here. So it's something that you need, and these are this part. So it's something that is for sure. The next one, the 76, it's mainly the most important one because it's the structure itself, so it's the lateral and the base. But this upper, it can be quite interesting eventually if you're not having any option about having the 76. You can simply think about using this as wrecks or try to create the other parts, but since with, for example, some plastic card or so on, it's up to you decide. Still, I hope that I'll be able to receive also the other part, because I'd like to have all the model together. And the Repulsor, it's a model that I really like. It's I think the model that I appreciate more about the new ones about Premise, so I think that it's quite interesting. So anyway, now we can go to see about the booklet. So the booklet, it's about the Repulsor itself, and here we can find about the option related about the contents inside. Here a bit of background about the Repulsor with its schedule. About this, remember that it's always something that can change along the time, but I really like, and I really like that this it's image about the Bloodlines, because I try to use a lot of this Repulsor. Here we can find about these options that are the weapon option of the Repulsor itself, and so I think that in the future I'll bring you also a video about how to monetize all the options and so on, because I think that it can be quite interesting. Here a description about the different weapons that are about this model, so I think that it's interesting. Here a bit of background about their iron hands, and sincerely I think that it can be quite interesting. Here about a model about the Premise Space Marines, that it's the Invitor Tactical War Suite. I want to remember you that has been released with this opera also such model. I don't have because I was not interested in, so I not bought it. But still, it's an amazing model, so think eventually about having the model or the issues of Warhammer Conquest related about it. Here instead we have how it has been created a Space Marine. So we have a way to understand how it can be improved, so it can be interesting. Instead, here we have the Inari, that it's I can call a relatively new faction about the Eldar. So it's a way to have an understanding about its background, so it can be really quite interested about. And remember that soon it will be released also a new version of such models and the Codex of the Elder itself. And here instead we have a bit of images about the Inari that can be interesting. And here about the reliquies of the chapters. About the rules, I want to remember one thing, and it's that remember that if you're going to play the 8th edition, 9th edition, you have simply think about using the codex that it's related about that edition. Not worry too much about, no, but I have all the rules because I've done this and now it's the 9th edition, I have to change everything. Not worry too much. You have only to have everything associated to it 8th edition, 9th edition, and ask your opponent to play the same. So not worry about anything. The only thing that you have to worry about is have fun. Simply relax and have fun. Not worry about other things. If you're interested, in the description I leave you about the codex of the 8th edition and 9th edition of the Space Marines, and about the rules for the 8th edition and 9th edition analysis, so that you can understand and follow it, so that if you want to adapt yourself to 8th edition because you want to play with a friend, you have. If you want to adapt to the 9th edition, you have to. So simply don't worry too much, everything is available, so not worry. And so we have here some example that anyway can be inspirational too, because you can understand at least how to work. And here a bit of background again, because I think that it's quite interesting with this battle plan one, that can be quite nice. And here the classical poster, we can call it such, about Death Guard against the Ultramarines. You can simply cut about this part and having everything put together, so it's a simple one. And about the next issues, okay, I told you before, so 76 it's a must, 77 better to have because there are the weapon options that it's better to have. The 78 you can skip eventually, so don't worry too much about this, but think that this, if you're interested about having all the vehicle available, it's a must-have. So if you think about the price, okay, it's on 3-4 numbers, still the worth of such model is double than what you spent, and soon it will be also increase the price of such model by doing a solution. So remember that this price, it's really interesting because it's amazing, so pay attention about this. Anyway, from Dino Mode it's everything. I invite you to put a like on this video, to subscribe to the channel, to ring the bell, and to comment this video if you are interested in something about this video, or you want to suggest me some arguments for other videos. I hope to see you again to the next time.